watching Republic TV with me, Akanksha Khajuria, and this evening we bring you top 6 stories of the day, 6 stories that matter and 6 stories you must know about. The focus is in fact on the BMW accident case in the national capital. An angle of cover-up has emerged and it will shock you the details that we have. And then to the state of Kerala, another day, another hit-and-run case that has emerged, and this time under the scanner is the police officer. And then we will speak to the family member of Fauja Singh. Remember, he's the one who died in the road accident at the age of 114 years back earlier this year. Will such families ever get justice? We'll speak to the family member. Then the politics over Waqf Amendment Act, which in fact started today on the day when the Supreme Court refused to stay the act. We'll tell you more about that as well. And then to the state of Bihar, where Prime Minister Modi inaugurated key infra projects ahead of the crucial elections later this year. And lastly, to Kashmir, where for the first time the Indian Army has run a freight train on the Udhampur, Srinagar and Baramulla rail link. These are the top 6 stories that we're tracking for you this evening. Let's get started. In fact, let's start with the shocking case from the national capital. A deputy secretary in the Ministry of Finance was killed and his wife was injured after a BMW car hit their motorcycle yesterday. But what followed was a tangled web of cover-ups by the accused in this case. The BMW driver took the victim 19 kilometers away to a hospital owned by her own father, and this is a claim that has come to the fore. In fact, the medical report has also been tampered with. All this points to a big cover-up. Here's more. A life cut short. A speeding BMW slams into a motorcycle. Finance Ministry Deputy Secretary Navjot Singh killed on the spot. His wife battling for life. Behind the wheel, a woman named Gaganpreet. She has been nabbed. But the shock deepens. Instead of rushing the couple to the nearest hospital, they are driven almost 19 kilometers away to a private facility in Mukherjee Nagar. It took 1 hour to reach the hospital. The victim was taken in a van and not an ambulance. The family calls it a delay that cost a life, alleging precious minutes were lost on the road.
It is very apparent whenever the accident takes place. It is a general phenomena. The person is taken at the highest speed to the nearest possible medical facilities or hospital, and they have not done it. They have intentionally gone about 20 kilometers in a very poorly structured nursing home because that lady lives somewhere close to the next hospital.
Hospital 2 is under the scanner. One of its owners is accused's father.
Accident happened in Dholakua, and for some reason he was, my mother and him both were unconscious, and they were taken to a hospital in GTB Nagar, in Mukherjee Nagar, called New Life, which is 20 kilometers away. That is about an hour of drive, and they were not even taken in an ambulance.
95.
It did not stop there. Family hints at tampering of evidence, manipulating medical report of VVIP driver.
आपके पास सर मैं गलत नहीं करूँगा आपको और ना मैं एमएलसी पे
ये आपने हमारे सामने बनाई है, मेरे सामने बनाई है, मेरे सामने नाम भरा है। कैमरा थोड़ी ओवर डॉट
यहाँ कैमरा है।
अबे तू फोटो का पहले
फोटो खींचना ठीक है
पेशेंट की गाड़ी आप, ये पेशेंट है यहाँ पे, इनसे पूछो ये।
तो पेशेंट
अरे आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ ना मैं, आप पेशेंट है ना, आपसे मैं ये पूछ रहा हूँ। हेलो, आपने कहाँ से आपसे मैं पूछूँ। अरे सुन ये बीपी लिख रहा है 104 कहाँ लिया, कहाँ नापा?
इनके लिखने से कुछ नहीं होता। ठीक है
सर ऑफिशियल रिकॉर्ड पे तो आप कहीं ना कहीं तो आएगा ना भाई। बना कैसे है, बना कैसे है अभी ये बताएगा भाई। वो पेज कौन से दो भाई, कहाँ लिख रहे थे? झूठ बना रहे थे लोग, खोल के दो भाई। मजाक नहीं, 95 नंबर था, 95 पूरा जी 95 बिल्डिंग
मैं ले रहा हूँ फोटो। आप टेंशन मत लो, ठीक है मैं इसलिए खड़ा था, मैं किस लिए खड़ा था यहाँ, ठीक है मैंने आपसे क्या कही।
सर सामने पेशेंट का रिकॉर्ड बना रहा है हमारे की गगनप्रीत मक्कर का बीपी इतना है, टेम्परेचर इतना।
तुमने हॉस्पिटल का लाइसेंस कैंसिल करवाना है?
ये रहा आंखों के सामने बना रहा सर हमारी। हाँ कहाँ है भाई, दिखा। तो आपसे जब 4 घंटे तक आपने बताया नहीं ना, नहीं खड़े पूछ रहे ना, पुलिस भी खड़ी है 3 घंटे से 4 घंटे। अभी पर आप, अरे अभी कैसे आ जाओ चलो आंसर नहीं तो बोल गलत कर रहा है, बोल कितने पैसे की लाए हैं बता, कितने पैसे की? आजा आओ भाई, आप आगे निकलिए, बताइए कहाँ है। चलो लेके चलो। कौन सा आईसीयू तुम्हारा? हाँ कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, जाएगा तो लाइसेंस से पूरे हॉस्पिटल का। क्या बताएंगे?
After that, after about 5 to 6 hours, I spotted the doctor in his doctor's office filing an MCL, a report on the patient. The name was Gaganpreet. This is in context of the video that So then I asked the doctor that why are you filing a fake report, because you just told me because the Gaganpreet is not here, his wife is not here. I even asked multiple staffs and even the reception and even the police. The police then asked the hospital staff, and so this happened around 5 to 5:30.
वो लेडी लेकर गई है चलाक जो थी, उसने जाने से पहले अपने रिश्तेदारों को वहाँ फ़ोन कर दिया सारे कि तुम आ जाओ, मैं आ रही हूँ वहाँ पर। सारे वहाँ पर इकट्ठे हो गए।
उसी लेडी के जानकार का अस्पताल,
उसका हाँ उनके जानकार का हॉस्पिटल है, न्यू लाइफ पता नहीं ऐसे कोई नाम है, लाइफ हॉस्पिटल है वहाँ पर।
पास में एम्स है,
सब एम्स है, सब तो क्या बिल्कुल है।
हॉस्पिटल के अंदर भी वो लोग कागज़ बनवा रहे थे,
बहुत फेक बनवा रहे थे। उसमें वो अपने आप को एडमिट करवा रहे थे कि मेरी तबीयत खराब है, ये और जो सुना मैंने उसमें।
Questions without answers, allegations of cover-up, and a family left fighting for justice after a life cut short.
Alright, we have a breaking news coming in. Another day, another hit and run case, and this time from Chindwara in Madhya Pradesh. We're learning that an assistant sub-inspector has died in a hit and run case in Chindwara in Madhya Pradesh. The incident took place on a Sunday night near Chandangaon on the Nagpur-Chindwara road, and the CCTV footage that has come to the fore shows ASI Saurabh Rajput being struck by a high-speed vehicle and flung into the air. In fact, we're learning that he died on the spot, and the officer was posted in that area in the police station nearby. His family lives in Chindwara. He has left behind his wife and a 3-year-old daughter. We're learning that the police has conducted the post-mortem, handed over the body to the family members, and they have started the investigation in this matter as well. But there in the visuals you can see the incident that has taken place in Madhya Pradesh in Chindwara district, where you can see the police officer was crossing the road. This vehicle crosses by and flings him into the air, and we're learning that he died there at the spot. And this is not the isolated incident. Over the years, several such incidents have come to the fore. And one such case has also come in from Kerala, wherein, in fact, the accused in this case is the police officer, is what we are learning. And this is as far as the Kerala hit and run is concerned. We're learning that as far as this case is concerned, the accused is the police officer, and 59-year-old person has lost his life. And this is one of the few past incidents that have happened in the past. Let's in fact take a look at the few incidents where the middle class was crushed under the wheels of the super rich. Starting with the Porsche case, remember the car that was driven by a minor in the drunken condition hit two IT professionals last year, killing them at the spot in Kalyani Nagar area of Pune. And what unfolded later was a web of cover-up. There was a swap of the blood sample as well in this case. And now shifting our focus to Gujarat, a woman was killed and 4 others were critically injured after a speeding car hit them in Gujarat, Vadodara, near the Amarpali complex earlier this week. The incident, which was captured on CCTV camera, showed a young man driving the car that collided with a two-wheeler. The women riding the scooty died there on the spot, and the injured were rushed to the hospital. And then to the national capital. Remember earlier this year, in a chilling accident from Delhi's Vasant Vihar, a car ran over the 5 people who were sleeping on the footpath around 1:45 a.m. on the morning on July 9th. And the victim included 2 couples and their 8-year-old girl. In Madhya Pradesh as well, earlier this year in Ali Rajpur, a very shocking case came to the fore. An MLA's son came under scrutiny after hitting a police constable with his car. CCTV footage, in fact, showed that the vehicle crashed into the electric pole at a very high speed. And the son of the Congress MLA is on the run, is what we are learning. He had knocked down the police constables. He ran into the pole, as you can see in the visuals, and the police officer was just few inches away. And now shifting our focus to Punjab, earlier this year, Fauja Singh, believed to be the world's oldest distance runner, died in a road accident at the age of 114. Singh was hit by a vehicle in Punjab State's Jalandhar district. A Canada-based man was later arrested for ramming his car into Singh on a highway in the runner's native village of Beas in Punjab's Jalandhar. And that is as far as Fauja Singh's case is concerned. The accused was nabbed in 48 hours, but there in the visuals you can see how when Fauja Singh was walking on that road near the highway, a car just came in and knocked him over. The 114-year-old runner lost his life. Let me go across to Harvinder Singh, son of Fauja Singh, who joins us live on the broadcast. इस पूरी चीज़ को 3 महीने हो गए हैं, जुलाई में ये घटना हुई थी. हम देख रहे हैं कि आपके केस में 48 आवर्स में किस को पकड़ लिया गया था. वही सेम घटना नेशनल कैपिटल में हुई है, बट यहाँ पे हम देख रहे हैं बहुत कवर अप करने की कोशिश है. और हाई प्रोफाइल केसेस में जैसे पुणे पोर्शा केस भी हो गया और अब BMW केस भी हो गया, पहले ऑडी कार का भी केस था, कवर अप करने की काफ़ी कोशिश की जाती है. किस तरह देखते हैं?
ऐसे है ना मैडम, हमारा जो केस था, हमारा तो वैसे रातों रात पुटअप हो गया था. वैसे जो दूसरा बंदा है, जो माड़ा गरीब बंदा है, उसका कैसे पुटअप होगा ना. ये तो बहुत, इसको सख्त सजा मिलनी चाहिए. हेलो हेलो
एडलिप भी नहीं कर सकती एक लाइन.
हेलो
एब्सोल्युटली. सो सर, हम काफ़ी केसेस में देखते हैं कि कवर अप करने की कोशिश होती है. क्या आपकी अपील रहेगी अथॉरिटीज से जब भी ऐसा कोई हाई प्रोफाइल केस आता है? फौजा सिंह जी का भी केस काफ़ी हाई प्रोफाइल था, कवर अप करने की एक कोशिश की जाती है. क्या कुछ अपील रहेगी आपकी?
हैं, वो पैदल चलने वाला कोई बंदा नहीं है, उनको सख्त सजा चाहिए.
जी सर. जी सर, और इस केस में भी हम देख रहे हैं कि अभी हमने अपने व्यूअर्स को पूरा बताया कि कैसे इस साल नेशनल कैपिटल का ये दूसरा केस है। गुजरात में भी हुआ है, पंजाब में भी हुआ है, मध्य प्रदेश में इनफैक्ट पिछले 24 घंटे में ऐसा इंसिडेंट हुआ है कि कोई चल रहा है, पुलिस ऑफिसर चल रहा है रोड पे और पीछे से आके गाड़ी मार जाती है और उसके बाद हिट एंड रन केस बन जाता है क्योंकि वो हेल्प करने भी नहीं उतरते। तो क्या आप लार्जर अपील करेंगे इन केसेस में? जस्टिस फैमिली मांगते मांगते काफी साल निकल जाते हैं, कोर्ट केसेस अटके रहते हैं इन केसेस में।
मैडम मैसेज आइए ना, थोड़ा सा गाड़ी वाले को रुक के हालचाल तो पूछना चाहिए, थोड़ा सा देखना तो चाहिए पेशेंट का क्या हाल है ना। हिट एंड रन तो चलो होता है रोड में, जो भी कुछ होता है, लेकिन उसका फर्स्ट एड तो उसको उनको देना चाहिए ना। अगर नहीं देता तो उसको सजा मिलनी चाहिए।
एब्सोल्युटली स्ट्रिक्टेस्ट पनिशमेंट मिलनी चाहिए इन केस में जहां पे हिट एंड रन की वारदात सामने आती है। हमसे बात करने के लिए हरविंदर जी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू मैडम, थैंक यू।
And now shifting our focus, the Supreme Court ordered a pause on certain sections of the Waqf Amendment Act today, but the politics over that has already started. Listen in.
In a huge development and a big win for the centre, the Supreme Court of India today declined the stay on the entire Waqf Amendment Act 2025. SC state the condition that a person should be practitioner of Islam for at least 5 years till rules are framed by the state governments to provide mechanism to determine this question. The top court stayed the provision allowing the government to de-recognize a Waqf land during the pendency of the decision by the government officer on the dispute of encroachment. SC said allowing collector to decide the dispute is against the separation of powers. Till the question of title is decided by the court, the disputed Waqf land will not be affected. At the same time, the court said that no third-party rights should be created on such lands till the dispute is decided. The Supreme Court also decided that the number of non-Muslim members in Central Waqf Council cannot exceed 4, and the number of non-Muslim members in State Waqf Board cannot exceed 3. The court also directed that so far as possible, the chief executive officer of the Waqf Board should be a Muslim, while refusing to stay the amendment allowing the appointment of a non-Muslim as a CEO. Meanwhile, the court did not intervene in the case of Waqfs by user, as it noted that the registration of Waqfs has been going on since 1995 enactment through the 2013 enactment.
The stay is on that the government cannot create any third party interest. They have until or unless the title is being cleared on the Waqf property. So earlier the collector had the right to just to take the property, the alleged Waqf property in its possession, and then the government revenue records, they need to verify. And then accordingly, because the possession was earlier been taken by the government. So now the Honorable Apex Court had clearly put a stay on it.
We consider that today's order on Waqf Amendment Act is reasonably good. All the issues except one issue which relate to Waqf by user, all the issues have been addressed by the Honorable Supreme Court, and most of them have been stayed. Waqf Council's composition, where the number of non-Muslim members were vague, that has been limited to 4. Similarly, Waqf Board has been limited to 3. As far as collector's power is concerned, that during the pendency of the dispute so created by the government, the collector will record entry in the revenue record saying that this is not Waqf property till the time it is decided by the appropriate authorities or judicial forum. The court has said that this violates the doctrine of separation of power. So that has been specifically stayed.
The verdict by the Apex Court drew a series of responses from political leaders and Muslim organizations, most of whom welcomed the partial relief but insisted the demand remains for the law to be struck down in its entirety. AIMPLB welcomed the Supreme Court's order while expressing hope 100% relief will be provided in the case to the petitioners when the top court delivers final verdict on the case.
Our demand was that the entire act, there must be a stay on the entire act, but the court has not given such order. However, the court has stayed many provisions, and we welcome the stay on certain provisions, such as that a person who want to make a waqf should be 5 years practicing Muslim.
वक्फ बाय यूज़र पे हमारी बात मान ली गई है। इसके साथ साथ जो है प्रोटेक्टेड मॉन्यूमेंट के ऊपर भी हमारी बात मान ली गई है कि कोई थर्ड पार्टी क्लेम नहीं होगा, ये बात मान ली गई है। 5 साल की जो कैद लगाई गई थी वो हटा दी गई है, और इसके साथ साथ जो है उम्मीद पोर्टल को डेट को एक्सटेंड करने की बात कही गई है। और वक्फ बाय यूज़र के ऊपर भी हमारा जो वो था कि इसको इस तरह से आर्बिट्री ख़त्म नहीं होना चाहिए, वो बात मान ली गई है। सरकार जो क्लेम करती थी कि हमारी प्रॉपर्टी है तो वक्फ बोर्ड नहीं तय करेगा, ट्राइब्यूनल नहीं तय करेगा, वो बात ख़त्म हो गई है। तो मेरा कहना ये है कि बाय एंड लार्ज बहुत सारी बातें हमारी स्वीकार कर ली गई है, तो हम समझते हैं कि बड़ी हद तक सेटिस्फैक्ट्री है।
SPMP Rajiv Rai termed the SC's order on Waqf Amendment Act as interim, alleging that the law was brought with unjust intent.
3 मुख्य बिंदुओं पर रोक लगाया है, और जैसा कि आपने कहा इंटरिम फैसला है, तो प्राइमा फेसी तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने समझा ये कि जो कानून लाया गया था ये किसी खास इंटेंशन से लाया गया था, वो गलत था, अन्याय था, और लेट से अगर पूरा वर्डिक्ट आएगा तब तक हो सकता है बहुत ज़्यादा डैमेज हो चुका हो। तो इनिशियल इंजंक्शन जो भी मिला है, कोर्ट पर सबको भरोसा रखना चाहिए कि जब फाइनल वर्डिक्ट आएगा तो सबको न्याय मिलेगा।
Union Minister Kiran Rijiju welcomed the Supreme Court's order on the Waqf Amendment Act, calling it a positive sign for democracy.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट को पूरा विषय का जानकारी है, बहुत विस्तार में पक्ष रखा। सरकार के ओर से हमारे सॉलिसिटर जनरल ने विस्तृत रूप से एक्ट में जो प्रावधान है और उसका मंशा, सरकार का जो सोच है, उसको भी सुप्रीम कोर्ट में रखा है। और मैं मानता हूं कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जो बेंच ने जो तय किया है, ये हमारा लोकतंत्र के लिए भी बहुत अच्छा शुभ संकेत है।
The matter will now be taken up by a larger bench which will examine the constitutional validity of the contested provisions in detail.
And this is all we could pack for you in this bulletin of 6 Stories at 6. We'll be back tomorrow with more such interesting stories for you. Till then, keep watching Republic TV. Goodbye.